everybody, what's good? MidMorningSol back at it again with another playthrough part to Piofiore Episodio 1926. And folks, we are coming up on the wire. Yes, indeedy. So folks, wow. Let's get to Henri. There we go. Alrighty, y'all. So we are coming up on the wire. This is Henri's alternate choices. Last video, I got the bad ending, in which, if you played Piofiore 1926, or you're curious, do check it out. It's not that long. It's like an hour and some change, a little under an hour and a half. Well, like an hour and a quarter. But pretty crazy, pretty messed up. And trigger warning, this is why the game is rated mature. There are elements of, sexual assault, rape, drugging, illicit substance use. So if those trigger you, then skip it. But all in all, was very crazy, very entertaining. It gave me which video was it? Godfather Part 1 vibes, where they pretty much, I'm not gonna spoil it if you haven't seen it, but if you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. And if you have seen the movie Godfather 1, especially when it came to the Berlone Mafia, kind of grimy. But yeah. So we're on to better pastures, greener pastures, y'all, and we will try to seek the true ending. For Henri's, for after our excursion with the other choices, y'all, I'm just gonna go ahead and try. I'm not gonna do the stuff that I did with the other LIs, which was like try to figure out what the best chapter was. I was gonna just jump straight into it. So after the alternate choices, we're probably gonna get the bad ending again, and I'll go ahead and just skip to preface the true route, and then afterwards we will continue on from there. But yeah, folks, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on in. Sorry, y'all know I like to run at the mouth, and I hope you've all been doing well. But yeah, let's go ahead. Alternate choices for Episodio Henri. Let's get it from the top. These are so lame, because I know it's gonna be a bad situation. I guess we'll leave him in peace. Well, I hope your work goes smoothly. I decided to leave so that I wouldn't bother him or disrupt his work. And he lets it happen. Damn, I forgot what context was this in. I'm sorry. Oh. I guess we're apologizing. Instead of being a bad bossy bitch, we're gonna say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was selfish of me to ask. His eyebrows were raised as he looked at me. The silence that fell over us lasted so long that I became uncomfortable. I should be going. As I turned to leave, I heard Henri call out with some degree of resignation, which means the other choice was the better choice.
私はまだ起きているつもりだから、少しでよければ。
Okay. Then I accepted before he could change his mind. This skip, or this is gonna skip. Okay. Dot 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 dot. Dot dot dot. I couldn't speak. Henri looked at me with concern.
ここで待っていられるかい?
Well, why would I want to? The killer might be still in the house. I managed to nod, keeping my mouth closed. After confirming my response, he went inside the strange house. I backed away a few steps, trying to find fresh air somewhere. I looked away from the open door and over the familiar landscape. Why did this? My head was spinning. Then suddenly, oh! That's why. Okay. Shit. Before I could turn around, a burning pain spread throughout my body from a single sharp point. I just thought about that. I should have stayed with it. I couldn't even make a sound. Oops, I just did. I began to choke on the blood that filled my mouth. I couldn't neither run nor call for help. The sight of the massacre was like a vision. One that told me that I was supposed to die in that house. Under the blue sky of a spring afternoon, my world went dark as I joined the others. Oops. All right, well, that's the wrong answer. I'll go too. Okay, was this because I went out? Was this because I went out? Even the idea of it wounded me. I left the house. That's why the children...
リリアーナ。出かけていなければどうなっていたと思う。君も一緒に殺されていた。自分を責めないでくれ。君の責任ではない。町に長居させたのは私が誘ったからだ。
I'm sorry for shouting at you. I just couldn't stop myself. Does this repeat? I feel I was gonna get something to drink. Are you hiding something? I had a bad feeling about it. It seemed Henri was hiding something very important from me. Why Berlone?
そんなに怯えなくてもいい。あの町は君の故郷なのだから。
Don't give me that bullshit. Am I holding you back? Is that why you're leaving me in Berlone? My voice was shaking. Well, I didn't make the voice shake, but sorry. Henri maintained his composure as he spoke.
違うよ。あの町に行くのは第一に君を守るためだ。まずは安全を確保したい。
You think Berlone is a safe place? I was about to argue against this when... a sudden memory resurfaced. Sorry, y'all. Someone once told me that the safest place in Berlone was next to him. You can't be looking for help from the Berlone Mafia? They were the only ones who could secure safety for either of us. No one else had the power. It was a dangerous gamble to take. I remember that Emilio said that they weren't as angry as I thought they were this week. I remember that line. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. All of you have treated me so well. Even Yang. I know that anything I could say now would only sound like an excuse. But please, listen to him.
そうだね。君はすごく勝手な真似をした。
本当に心配したよ。だけど君に怒っていた人間はいない。君にはね。
I know that everyone sees Henri as someone who can never be forgiven. Oh shit, we get the whole panning of the LIs. I looked at Nicola and all the rest who had gathered here. But I'm just as much to blame because I was the one who helped Henri escape. He let out a little sigh of exasperation and quietly chided me. Somebody chided me, I'm speaking up for you. What the fuck?
私をかばってくれたのはわかるが、あえて自分を危険にさらすような言葉を選ぶ必要はない。
They're not gonna hurt me, as far as I'm concerned. Ah! Henri took my hand and gave it a light tug, moving me behind him.
ブルローネマフィア。私が持つ情報は君たちにとって有益なものだろ
う。Okay, this repeats. No, it doesn't. I lied. Oh my god.
事情は詳しく説明する。その銃を使うかどうかは話の後で判断してくれ。
A heavy silence filled the church. Ugh, but my voice cracked in the process. The first one to speak was Orlok. Oh, String Bean, I think we're gonna have to skip you. No! Oh my gosh, okay.
俺は話を聞いてもいいと思う。
なあ、そうだな。俺もだ。
俺はどちらでも構わんが、お前はどう思う、パルツ王ね。
なぜ戻ってきたのか、何を知っているのか、すべて説明してもらおう。
カポがそう言うなら僕は従うよ。
Nicola gave a small shrug and lowered his gun. Doesn't this repeat? No!
だが、よりにもよって、こんな状況のブルローネに戻ってくるとはな。
What do you mean?
女には教えていないのか？
Damn it, don't this repeat? I'm trying to think. Yeah, this one's the better choice because I think if you have like crappy stats the entire way, I think the safe place you get killed. But this is the better choice. I thought back to what Henri said that night.
違うよ。あの町に行くのは第一に君を守るためだ。まずは安全を確保したい。
If that safety was about staying with the Falzone, then he really was thinking of me. He really was only thinking of me. He may have never intended to ensure his own safety. Is he going to fight against the person who murdered the children? All by himself? I saw how upset Henri was after the children were killed. He would certainly put himself in danger in order to kill Sebastiano. Is this a new meanwhile? It was not. Beyond that, I didn't know what Henri was thinking. That was why I was so worried. Does this repeat? He's like family. As I try my best to do a Don Toretto impression. He's like family to me now. We've been living together all this time. Oh shit, you know what? I should have freaking saved my time. Oh well, whatever. If we die, we die. I don't have a real family, so maybe it's not quite the same, but...
すごく身近な存在ってこと？
I think so. But it's not like with Elena and the others. I'm still nervous around Henri.
はあ、
picking up Nicola? I'm about to say Nicola. Nicola?
なるほど
Oh,
な。
Gilbert picked it up. I guess all three of them did. This must repeat, I think. No, I lagged. Eh? I looked around at their faces, seeing each of them come to an understanding of their own. After the children passed, Henri was even kinder to me than usual. Okay. Are you worried about Henri? Well, it was difficult to answer him directly. Of course, I was worried, but if I admitted it aloud to him or anyone else, I felt as though my anxieties would overwhelm me and upend any semblance of peace I had.
俺は、まだ彼を信じられない。彼がしたことは犯罪だし、たくさんの人が犠牲になってる。だけど、アンリがリリーを守りたいと思ってるのは、なんとなくだけど、わかる。
Orlok spoke without hesitation. I believe this repeats. I could be wrong. This one's a better choice. I don't mind the danger. Okay, I borked too much that I died, so I have to start from way back. Okay, I just skipped on to the next unread part. Leave him alone. Actually, I'm gonna say, leave him alone. Is he not going to eat anything? I was worried about his health. Maybe it would be better to leave him alone. I knew him well enough to not to force things. I continued eating quietly without pushing. Oh my god! Okay. Becoming hostage. I understand. I'll be your hostage. I was too concerned about Elena to refuse.
ダメだ。君を行かせるわけには。
アンリ、余計な口出しは無用にお願いします。水を差すようなら、このシニョリーナを今すぐ殺してしまいますからね。
I figure he's gonna kill you.
だが。
I'm sorry, Henri. Oh, what you scrunching up your face for? Henri's face twisted into an anguished expression. Seeing him like this made me wonder whether I made the right choice. Spoiler alert, you didn't. Regardless, I couldn't ignore Elena.
それでは、シニョリーナ、お一人でゆっくり近づいてきてくださいね。
I followed his instructions and walked forward. Elena? I nodded to Elena that everything was going to be okay. It was not going to be okay. When I finally reached them, Sebastiano grabbed my arm and released Elena as promised. Oh yeah, so at least there's some sort of honor among a thief and a killer. He held me close to him just like he did with Elena a moment ago. In the next moment, yeah, I felt a strange... This motherfucker. I felt a strange sensation in my neck and saw fresh blood splattering everywhere. My vision darkened slowly.
見た目はそれなりだったのに。いけません。いけませんね。あまりに頭が悪い。そんな内面に美は宿りませんよ。
Man, shut your ass up.
つい殺してしまいましたが。まあ構いません。これもある意味、私の計画のうちですので。
I could only hear Sebastiano's crazed laugh ringing in my ears. I couldn't even see Henri's face or what he looked like. Okay, yeah, no, we just went through it. Okay, so we're gonna straight up lie to him. Nothing in particular. No, nothing in particular. I decided not to mention the call. I didn't want to worry him by telling him about Sebastiano, which I think is a bad call.
それならいい。
Oh wow, are you sure?
そろそろファルツォーネから迎えが来る時間だ。ロビーへ行こう。
This repeats. No, it doesn't. I lied. I went to put on my shawl and we left the room together. We got into the car that arrived and departed for the Falzone Manor. How does that not repeat? We done did this.
Buongiorno! ファルツォーネへようこそ。ちょっとぶりですね、リリー。
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Henri. My heart ached from how considerate he was of me when he was the one in this awful situation. But I did my best to smile for him. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. More important, Henri, I hope you'll be careful. I spoke as cheerfully as I could, and he gave me a small smile and nodded.
思っていた以上にセバスティアーノは私に執着していたようだ。
I think this repeats. What happened? Henri thought to himself for a moment.
リリアーナ、君はホテルで待っていてくれ。今回は私一人で様子を見てくる。
Go to see him. Wait, this is the bad ending. This is the dead end or whatever. Yeah, but
大丈夫だよ。危険な真似はしない。それに、君を連れて行ったところで、セバスティアーノが素直にクロエを返してくれるとは思えない。
I had a feeling he was right. Because of that, I couldn't argue. In the end, I could only accept his wishes. The next day, Henri left the hotel alone, just as we had discussed. Not long after, there was a knock on the door. I guess that's the person who's gonna clap me. Oh, joy. Henri must have ordered breakfast for me as he always did. I don't know about that. How did you open the damn door? When I opened the door, a hotel employee was standing in the corridor with the breakfast cart.
おはようございます、シニョリーナ。お食事、中にお入れしますね。
Oh my god. Please tell me you know his voice. That sounds like him. He smiled broadly and pushed the cart in before I could respond. Eh? Usually they left the cart outside the door for us to bring in ourselves. Oh. I thought it was strange, but he was already making his way inside, so you make your way outside. I went to give my purse to give him a tip. Girl, the last tip you're going to be feeling is the one of a blade. That told you. Huh? Girl, don't us. As I turned around, the knife was plunged deep into my stomach. I saw the young man's vaguely sweet face. and what? I saw in the young man's vaguely sweet face an eerily twisted smile.
居場所はすでに掴んでいると教えて差し上げたのに、あなたを一人残して出かけるなんて、アンリもひどい人ですね。あ、もしかして電話があったと彼に知らせていないんでしょうか。だとしたらそれはあなたがいけませんよ、シニョリーナ。
Shut the fuck up. I'm only doing this for completion's sake. You're...
まあ、おかげでそちらの警備が厳しいので、私も簡単には入り込めません。ですから。
It shouldn't have been possible for him to get in, but he continued as if he read my mind.
ええ、簡単ではありませんから工夫しました。部屋の中に護衛の一人も置いていないなら、私一人であなたを殺せますし。
The excruciating pain and the loss of blood made me dizzy, and I fell to the floor. I could still hear him talking, but his voice was so distant that I could no longer make out the words. I'm telling you, y'all, it's fucking annoying. I'm still worried, and I think the other choice comes up too, so I think we should be good. See you in the next choice. I forgot that choice was a phone game. Hey, so I forgot this choice was before the quick save choice, so the phone rang, so see you in the next choice. Okay, now we can go. I'm still worried. I would like to know, because if you put I don't want to know, you die. Oh, God. Oh, yes, darling. Let's just be bold. Can you sleep next to me? I wanted him to get some rest, but I knew he wouldn't, even if I suggested it. I chose my words carefully. Henri, I've been too anxious to sleep, so can you sleep next to me? He's like, girl, are you crazy? Henri blinked in surprise. You suggested it once before, remember? So I thought maybe...
君がそんなに不安なら、今夜は眠れるまで添い寝でもしようか。
Even lying down a while should make a difference. Of course, it would be even better if he slept. That was why I asked him, but...
あの時は、私もどうかしていた。忘れてもらうわけにはいかないかな。
That's a lame-ass cop-out. He looked a little troubled.
男にそんなことをねだるのはどうかと思うよ。
I mean, you can if you feel that comfortable with him. Well, no, not apparently. Explicitly, Lily's like, oh, I don't know if I should do this. Like, or doesn't hurt, but I mean, she could ask if somewhere down the line.
まあ、その顔を見るに、意味がわからず言っているわけではないようだけれど。
Or, my cheeks felt hot with shame. Before I could utter an excuse, Henri stood up from his chair.
添い寝はできない。けれど、君が眠れるまでそばにいよう。
But Henri, sleep with me. No, Lily didn't say it like that, but hell, me and my old ass would say it like that. Henri. I was still startled as he led me into my room. I took off my robe and it did as he asked, getting into bed and pulling the covers over myself. Henri, as promised, sat down on the bed and looked down at me.
どうした
Henri, I wanted you to sleep too. That's why I phrased it wrong. Why do you avoid sleeping? Is it because you're worried you might have a nightmare?
そうだな。それも、ないとは言えない。だが、今はその夢を現実にしないようすべきことが、まだできることがある。
Honey, you must be running like shit though. You gotta sleep.
眠っている暇はないんだ。大丈夫だよ。自分の体調はよくわかっている。
Okay.
まだ倒れるほどではないし、仮眠はとっている。だから、そんなに心配しなくていい。
I thought for a moment, then slowly put into words the feelings I had in my heart. Henri, I want you to tell me if you're in pain. I may only be able to listen, but it might help to just talk about things. I didn't want him to suffer alone anymore. Henri smiled a little, but didn't agree or disagree.
もう寝た方がいい。さあ、目を閉じて。
Boo! I closed my eyes as I was told, as my voice cracked too. I had intended on taking care of Henri, but he was the one taking care of me. What's wrong with that? I couldn't help but feel guilty about it. That night, Henri's calm presence remained by my side until I fell asleep. Are you sure? Are you sure, Henri? It was very much like him to worry about me, but I suppose even Henri needs a break. He must be under tremendous pressure, even though he would never show it.
心配はいらない。状況が良いわけではないけれど、少し出かける時間くらいはあるよ。セバスティアーノも今すぐに何かを仕掛けてくる様子はないようだし。
I see. I suppose I should go back to my room for now, but if you need anything, please let me know. This repeats. All right, y'all. So nothing else to it. We got the bad ending again. So I'm just going to, let's see here. I'm just going to jump cut. Jump cut, jump cut, jump cut. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to try chapter 4. Hi. Wish me luck. Okay, you have to go with phone rang. Okay. This one's a little tougher. I think it's I'm still worried. Okay, I would like to know. This one's the toughest of the three. I think it's You Should Rest. Because he didn't really like the second choice. New dialogue. It brought to mind a recent memory.
君はもう知っているはずだ。私は人間が嫌いだけれど、君に触れることを時折自ら望んでしまう。今もそうだ。泣いている君をそのままにしておけなかった。どうしても。
After thinking it through, I decided. Ah, what is this? Let me see. Raise his spirits. Okay. Nah, we'll try it. Come on, you gotta have that can't-do attitude, Lily. I'll try it and see if it helps. And if he kills us, oh well. Just kidding. After thinking about it a while, I made up my mind and threw on my robe.
やあアンリ、例の件だけど、大体は君が懸念していた通りだったよ。唯一君の予想から外れていたのは、彼女に関しては政治的な思惑じゃなく、個人的な恨みを持っている人間が本当にいたということくらいかな。
Let's find out its tale. Come on now. Can't be anybody new.
彼についてはこちらでも調査を進めている。完全な逆恨みだな。私が言えたことではないが。
人間は綺麗事ばかりでは動けないものだ。彼を責められはしない。僕も気にかけておこう。今後のことは心配しないでほしい。彼とて峡谷の歯車の一つだ。じきに動く余裕はなくなる。これから峡谷の内部はますます慌ただしくなるからね。
決まったのか。ロズベルグ卿ではなさそうだな。
残念ながらね。公になるのはまだ先だけれど、信心深さだけでは上に行けない。派閥、自分に同調する聖職者の数がものを言うからね。
Oh, for the new pope? Oh, yeah. Of course he would get shysted.
聖職者が聞いて呆れるな。
いいかい、アンリ。彼、新しい聖火は信仰よりも政治を重んじる人物だ。今後、峡谷はイタリア王国政府と足並みを揃えていくことになるだろう。
I gently opened the door and found that Henri was just putting down the receiver. I wanted to say something, but I couldn't find the words. I slowly walked over to his desk as usual. Henri, who had been looking down at his hands, looked up when he noticed my approach.
リリアーナ、眠れないのか？
For some reason, I couldn't utter a word. My body felt stiff and refused to move like I wanted, but my legs kept moving forward. When I reached him, I tried my best to speak. He was looking at me with concern. Wow! What is this? Where'd this come from? I took hold of Henri's shirt. My fingertips brushed against his skin. My heart was pounding so hard that I felt it would burst at any minute. Henri. I didn't intend to say his name aloud, but it came out so naturally. Although I felt myself trembling, I didn't pull away. Girl, did you get his okay to be doing this? As my voice cracked. Girl, we went over this in the bad ending, and I felt sorry for you when he didn't respect your wishes. You gotta respect his. It's a two-way street, sis. Oh, oh my, Liliana. I closed my eyes, feeling as if I would die of embarrassment. I didn't know whether or not I was doing this properly. How could I express to him what was more than just affection? I moved closer, feeling his warmth grow stronger. The fuck? You not gonna say anything? His breath brushed against my lips, making my body quiver. The sweet sensation of it was new to me. I want to hold him. Just as I was about to reach him,
いけない子だ。
Henri's... I keep wanting to say this H word. Henri's low whisper stopped me. My eyelids flung open with surprise, and I saw him looking at me solemnly.
誰に何を言われたのか知らないが、こういうことは本当に大切な人ができてからにした方がいい。
She did say that she wanted you, so it sucks when it's not being reciprocated. But girl, Liliana, ma'am, no ma'am. Consent, please. You need to have it okay by him first. A sharp pain seized my heart, as if I had been stabbed with a knife. But I...
男を慰めるために自分を差し出す必要はないよ。君の気遣いと優しさはありがたく思うけれど。
You know, I didn't think she would try to go through with it. I thought to try to cheer him up, she would have like tried to talk to him. I didn't think she was going to be this bold. Lord have mercy. With each word Henri spoke, I found it harder and harder to breathe. Wait, Henri.
リリアーナ、私は君を特別に思っている。だから君を大切にしたい。君自身にもそうしてほしい。
Special? What do you mean by that? The world may never know. Pressing him for an explanation like this, I knew it would only upset him, but I couldn't help but voice the emotions that surfaced. Henri, The eyes in front of me shook as they continued to endure pain. Maybe it would be kinder to not to tell him, but I couldn't hold back any longer. I love you. Wait. Oh, I thought the music died. He stared at me silently, and although I was afraid of his answer, I couldn't look away. And...
リリアーナ。
Yeah? He held my arm gently and pushed me back. Oh!
離れてくれないか。少し話そう。
Okay, sir. Yeah, let's talk. My fingers loosened as I stepped away from him as he requested. Henri began talking softly, the same way he did whenever he spoke to the children.
君は少し混乱しているだけだ。
No, I'm not.
家族同然に暮らしていたあの子たちを失って残った私に依存している。
Oh, oof. I hope that's not the case.
でなければ私の不幸な生い立ちに同情してそれを恋だと勘違いしている。
No.
それに以前も同じことを言ったはずだ。あまり大人をからかうものではないと。
But I didn't say that to you this time around. What are you talking about? Henri spoke in a cautionary way, as if this were only an instructive warning. It might have been better if he had said something cold and bitter instead. This was a clear reminder that he was not interested in me, nor did he take me seriously. That's not it. I was desperate to tell him how I felt, but the look on his face stopped me short. His smile looked troubled and hurt.
私がかわいそうだから助けてあげたい。そんな君のわけ隔てない優しさは尊いものだと思うが、私に触れようとしなくていい。
My breathing stopped. My mind went blank, and yet I couldn't help but feel pain in my chest. The tears I had long been holding back for so long spilled out. Henri, you idiot! I ran back to my bedroom before I could shed any more tears. How is this good again? I couldn't stop crying. The more I thought, the worse it became. I knew I shouldn't have listened to Yank. Girl, that's where you were doomed from the start. Oh, my bad. I didn't know that's what you were going to do. I thought you were going to try to do something like talk to him like you usually do. I knew Henri wouldn't feel better just because I did that. But if there was even the slightest chance, if there was any way I could ease his burden and relieve him of his pain, I thought it was worth it to try. I would never have done such a thing out of pity, only because it was Henri. I would never have been able to do something so bold if it weren't for him. But the results were a disaster. He didn't take me seriously. This wasn't who I was to him. Or that wasn't, sorry. The kindness that he has shown me, the occasional touch, expressed a different feeling. I never knew that being rejected by someone I love could be so painful. The reality that confronted me now, not comforted. I can read y'all, I promise. Wounded me to my core. The morning sunlight woke me up the next day, and I realized I had cried myself to sleep. When I looked into the mirror, I saw that my eyes were swollen. Yeah, that'll do it. I went into my washroom to splash some cold water on my face. Splash, I can't talk. After I did all I could to straighten out my appearance, I went out into the main room.
おはよう、リリー。
Oh, hey, Orla. Oh, what a bad predicament I put him in. Good morning, Orla. Henri.
ああ、食事を頼んであるからオルロックと2人で食べるといい。
Okay, he's still piecing the fuck out.
私はもう出かけるよ。彼らは時間に厳しいだろうから。
Wait, was this decided on? The fuck? Yes, please be careful. I nodded with a smile, and Henri did as well, making his way out of the room. At least I managed to behave normally. I'm sorry, Henri. I wanted to do something for him, but I only caused more trouble. It was hard to believe I could feel so strongly about everything last night.
Yeah, アンリ、ひどい顔をしているね。ゆうべは遅くまでお楽しみだったの？
Child, these chuckle fucks that done talk Liliana into doing that mess. You ought to have a stern talk to them. Nicola, who came to greet me at the manor, made no attempt to hide the smirk.
君の入れ知恵か。僕だけがそそのかしたわけじゃないけど。
Bruh.
まさか君、手を出さなかったの？信じられない。鉄壁だね。
You ain't gotta worry about him cheating.
でも、そんな顔をしているってことは、君だって気になって眠れなかったとか？そうなんだ、アンリ。それはご愁傷様。大変だったね。ニコラ。なに？君は性格に問題があるな。昔はもっと。残念だけど僕はもう大人だ。でも誰にでも遠慮なしにものを言うわけじゃないよ。君はほら、お兄ちゃんだからね。
Ooh, we hit that rendezvous, y'all. Whoop, whoop. All right, so greener pastures await. And folks, that's gonna do it for this video, y'all. I don't know. I'm very curious as to how the other choice would play out, but we're just gonna have to leave it be for now. Let's go on, march forward to chapter whatever the fuck. Chapter 5, yeah. So folks, thank you very much for stopping on by, chilling with your girl for yet another part 2B playthrough. And folks, I thank you all. I can never thank you enough for stopping on by. When it comes to this YouTube shit, y'all know my philosophy. View what you wanna, do what you wanna, and I'll see you lovely lads, lassies, and legends in the next episode. So until then, my friends, take care, take it easy, and peace.